Hey my friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bea and you're part of Bea-Keeper Plants. If you're new here, welcome, and for those of you who are returning, thank you so much. My channel is growing and it's all because of viewers like you. And you know what? I appreciate you. In today's video, I have several plants that we're going to be repotting. I have a propagation box that I'm going to share with you as well. And also, I have an honorable mention that I would like to share with you so you can see exactly what's happening with its progress since I have purchased it. So, if that's something you think that you're interested in, which I know you are, just stick around and hang with me today. So let's get started. Green thumbs up, let's go. Okay, well, let's look at some of our plants today. This is one of the plants that I recently purchased that we're going to repot. This is an Epiprenum auroreum, better known as a hot needle. So let's take a peek at it. It is a pothos, better known as a pothos, but what's so neat about it are its leaves. Let's look at it. Let's look at the leaves. The reason that they call it a hot needle is because of its leaves. And you can see that the leaves are narrow and they come to a point at the end. And of course, like I said, it is a pothos. It's a variegated pothos. Beautiful, beautiful plant. So we're going to go on and get started with repotting it. So let's take it out of its pot. I purchased this plant from one of the nurseries that I like to visit here. It's called Maypops. Let's look first at the root system. Great root system. It is root bound, so it's time to be repotted. So we're going to go on and take the soil from around it. The soil is very airy, kind of like a peat type of soil. So we're going to go on and take the soil, most of the soil from around its roots. But like I was saying earlier, I purchased it from one of the nurseries here. It's called Maypops, and they have several rare plants that you hardly see in Lowe's and Home Depot. So this is one of them. I had never seen this plant before, and I just love its leaves. Beautiful, beautiful leaves. So I'm going to get as much of the soil from around the root system as possible so I can use my soil that I enjoy using. This soil is very light though, that they have chosen to use. But we're going to go on and just kind of take as much of the soil as we can without breaking roots. We don't want to do that. So how have you guys been doing? It is September, mid-September as a matter of fact, almost the end. And I tell you, fall is fastly approaching. Yes, it is. And I can't wait for the weather to be at a consistent cooler temperature, because right now it's kind of warm outside. It's like 89. I just came back from taking my grand dog for a walk, so it's nice. It was nice to take her for a walk. She enjoyed it, and I took her right on back to her mom's place where she got in her bed ready for a nap. So yeah, I pick her up most days and visit with her while her mom is at work, kind of give her a restroom break and a play date as well. I love it. Okay, so I have kind of messed with the roots good enough. Okay, so that's pretty good. I think it's gonna enjoy its new home. And it's nothing wrong with leaving some of the soil there, especially if you can't get all of the soil from around it. We're going to use this pot here, this plastic pot. It already has holes at the bottom. And we're going to fill in the bottom just a little bit. Okay? We're going to put her in, press her down, and definitely make sure, because if I'm going to show you now, you see how the roots are already meshed against the pot, the side of the pot, which is fine. This pot is a lot larger than what the original pot was, so it's not going to be difficult for the rest of this soil to be put around the sides of the pot. I think it's going to be fine. And I'll show you what it looks like when I'm finished. I'm just making sure I'm getting that soil on the side so the roots will grow into its new soil. That's what we want. And also we want to make sure we're pressing down the soil. So we want to do that, definitely, so that the plant is nice and secure. Just tapping a little bit. And pressing it down on the sides, making sure I get as much of the new soil around the edge of that pot as possible. So let me show you what it looks like when I'm finished with it, and I'll show you. So let's see. Put a little bit on the top to cover those roots at the top of our new plant. It's called a hot needle. It's a beautiful plant. Very pretty. A great addition to the plants that I already have. And it's growing well. It's already giving me some hang time. I love it. And also, if I wanted to propagate this plant, you can see that there are nubs underneath each stem here, and I can just cut and propagate if I chose to. Okay, so here we go. This is, you can see I've potted the plant up. The soil is at the edge of the pot, and we're ready to put it in its new home, which is this girl here. So we're finished with our first plant, the hot needle, better known as an Epiphremnum aurorum. So we got that one done. The next one we're going to pot up is this plant here. This is one of the plants that I got from Aroid Asia, and I wanted to let it acclimate to the soil, to the plant room, not the soil. I wanted to let it acclimate to the plant room. This is a Scandapsis half moon. So I got it on the 30th. Yes, I purchased it or unboxed it on the 30th. So let's look at what has been happening with it since August 30th. It came in sphagnum moss. I left it in sphagnum moss. And so let's look and see if any roots have grown or any more roots have grown. Let's see. Let's see. No, it's the exact same root system. Nothing new has transpired. Yeah. I don't have any new extensions, which is fine. It looks good. The leaves are very thick, so that's a good thing. So now we're just gonna go on and put it in its home. So let's see what we're gonna use. Okay, so I'm going to use this plastic pot. It does not yet have holes at the bottom. So in order for me to not burn the roots, I am going to go on, put the soil at the bottom. So when I use my little gadget that I usually use for putting holes at the bottom of my pots, I have enough soil where I will not burn the roots. Make sense? So let's get started. So let's go on and put her in like so. This is how she's looking before I put the rest of the soil in, and I'm just going to feel around her. This potting here is simple only because the roots are long enough and dangling down enough for me to be able to spread the roots out and press down. So yeah, so I'm just going to be more firm with pressing at the top so she won't wobble. And what I'm doing, guys, is moving the soil from the edge so I can make sure the soil comes in contact now with the roots. That's all I was doing. I just want to kind of show you guys what I'm doing, because it's very important for when you do a repot for the roots to be in contact with the new soil. Very, very important, because as you saw, this plant came from sphagnum moss, which didn't do a thing for it. So this is what we have. Okay, we have 3 leaves. It's in its new pot, looking good. And what we're gonna do is just put her in this pot like this, okay? And let's let her grow some more. The next plant also came from aroid Asia. Look, this one here is growing so well. I really like this plant. It is a Syngonium yellow variegata. So it's really pretty. And since I've had it, it has given me this new leaf here. It's still unfurling. And it's giving me, it's gonna give me another leaf. Can you see? It's gonna give another one. Let me see if I can show you. It's gonna give me another new leaf. You see that? So it's growing quite well. So let's see what we have with this one here. You see we have a brown leaf here. We're gonna go on and just tear that off like so, pinch it off. And it came in sphagnum moss. It is doing well because it has already given me a new leaf. Let's see what the root system, however, looks like. Let's see if its root system look better than the Scindapsus half moon. Let's see. Just being gentle with the sphagnum moss. Being very, very gentle. So far, nothing. let's continue to take off the sphagnum moss, guys. See what we have. You know, sphagnum moss can be very difficult to remove from a root system. So we got to be very careful, because we don't want to tear off any roots if we have some. So we've got to be very careful. Okay, so this plant, I believe, has given me some new roots. It has. So let's look at the root system. I'm gonna lay it down. Okay. So we basically have two pieces, guys. Okay. Two decent pieces. The largest piece right here hasn't given me anything, okay? But it's the smaller piece that is really growing. And there are roots that are emerging from this smaller piece here. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see, I'll show you. This long piece of root, hold on one second, guys. This long piece here is brown. I'm gonna go on and snip it off. I don't need it, I don't want it. And I'm going to go on and cut it all the way to where you see those two new roots coming. So I'm gonna snip it right there, which I have, okay? So now we're left with this root system here and these new roots that you see, which are emerging, okay? So that's what we're left with, okay? I'm not going to remove the rest of the sphagnum moss. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it like so, and we're going to go on and repot it. So let's see what pot we're going to repot it in. Because we have this long aerial root here, I'm going to use this pot. Let me give you a little demonstration. You see how the aerial root is already going down inside the pot right there? So we're going to do that. So let's go on and feel the bottom of the pot right now. Let's do that. Put a little bit of soil at the bottom. And place her inside, making sure that that aerial root continues to grow down inside of the pot. And if I need to stake it in the future, I will do so. So let's fill it all the way up. Filling it all the way up, making sure I get on the side of the pot, pressing down firmly so that the roots have contact with the new soil. So what I'm going to share with you is a trick on how to keep an aerial root nice and happy. In order to keep an aerial root happy and you want it to continue to grow down, just take some sphagnum moss and put on the top of the soil, keep it wet, and that aerial root will go down. Okay? So that's what you do for that situation. And so here we have it. We have our Syngonium yellow variegata. Okay? Simple. And I think she looks really pretty. I love her leaves. We will continue to keep our eye out on her progress. Okay? So that's her. Put her down. Let's look now at the honorable mention. This plant here that I'm going to share with you, she too was in the Aroid Asia unboxing, and it's a Hoya multiflora. If you go back and look at the video from August 30th, you will see all of the plants so far that I have repotted, and you will see how they looked initially. This plant here, this Hoya multiflora, when I got it, it was dehydrated, but it had a lot of leaves. And so currently, I have had to do a quick propagation on it. This is what I have left since August 30th. Okay, the initial cut was September 5th, and I initially cut all of the stems off. They were very unhealthy. That plant had no root system whatsoever. So this is what I have left. Then here recently, I did a second cut, which was September 16th. Okay, and what I'm doing is putting it in water propagation. So let's see what we have so far. Since then, this stem here has nothing. It's not growing anything. Okay. At the top, you will see where that peduncle is. It has what seems to be a new growth that's trying to come out, and the leaves are a lot more plump. So we'll put her back in. This stem here, as of today, has a new appearance that looks like, if you can see it, it's white, a root system trying to emerge. So we'll see. We'll put her back in and we'll see exactly what we get from these two cuttings. Okay, Hoya multiflora. Now guys, the very last repot we're gonna do is a propagation. I have here in my propagation box a pothos, a neon pothos. Okay, I have the mother plant. Let me take the top off. Hold on one second. Okay, I have the mother plant, and let me share it with you. This is the mother plant here. Okay, and I have had to repot her as well, growing beautifully. Bought this plant in early spring, doing well, love it. Now I have some babies So let's see how well they have grown roots. So let's look at it real fast. I'm just going to dump it all out like so. And I've kept the sphagnum moss very moist, okay? Look at that root system. Look at it, guys. That is a great root system, okay? So we're just gonna let the sphagnum moss fall from these babies. Look at the roots, guys. Look at how long the roots are. Look at that. Yeah. It's doing great. Yep. I'm just shaking it. Yeah, great root system here. Great root system. So I have two great pieces. Let's look at the first piece. New growth there, emerging. Nice, long, healthy root here. Nice, long, healthy root there. And nice, healthy roots there. I'm not going to take any more sphagnum moss from around it, okay? The sphagnum moss that's left is not going to hurt it. If anything, it's going to help to hydrate those roots, okay? And let's look at this one here and see what we have. Take off the this bigger piece here. There we go, okay? Look, nice growth there, new growth. Lovely root system. Lovely. And yeah, great root system. Yeah. So we're going to pot both of these girls up together. Okay, so let's see. I have a pot for it right here. Just going to use a regular old Lowe's plastic pot. It will not be its forever home by no means. We're going to put the first piece in. And what's so neat about this is you see how it's leaning? So I'm going to go on, I'm going to pour a little soil out, but we're going to go on and put her in and make sure that new growth, okay, that new growth will be in contact with the soil. So that's perfect there. And the same with this one. Making sure that new growth, which is this right here, is going to be in contact with the soil, the new soil. So let's make sure. Pushing down the roots at the bottom, and we're going to fill around her. That's all we're going to do. So I grab the leaves like such, right? And just fill around her. Feel around, shaking the pot, making sure that the soil is going down inside the pot. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yep, perfect. And this is how she looks, guys. Okay, and we're gonna put her inside We're going to put her inside this pot here. And I'm going to have to get some bags to lift the plant up. So hold on, let me get some bags. Okay guys, I'm back. I just wanted to get some bags to lift her up. Put the bags at the bottom of the pot here. And then place her in like so. Okay. There we go. This is how she looks. So that's it, guys. I think we have repotted all of the plants in today's video, and I think we did okay. I think they're going to enjoy their new homes. And would you like to see them one last time? You would? Okay, let's look at them. Okay, let's see. 𝙎𝙬𝙤𝙤 half moon. That's one. Syngonium yellow variegata. Our Epipremnum auroreum hot needle. Our Hoya multiflora. And our neon pothos. Hey guys, I have thoroughly enjoyed this video. I love doing repot videos with you guys so you can see what they look like before, and then later on I'll show you how well they're doing. Thank you so much. Once again, those of you that have already subscribed, thank you so much. All of my new subscribers, thank you. Make sure that you like, share, and make some comments on the video. As you know, that helps to grow my channel. I will see you in the very next video. You enjoy your weekend because today is Friday, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.